Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Snoot. Today's the first day of Season 5. I hope you're enjoying it, but we have to talk about something serious today, some serious cosmetic business, because Blizzard dropped on us the Infernomancer cosmetic set, and it's a doozy. We're going to take a look at it in detail, not try to make this too long, but we've got to talk about this, because you need to make a decision. That shop is going to rotate in 24 hours, and then you're going to wait until whenever it comes back. So you want to know if you're going to be paying $26 for this set or not. Now let's go. We're going to zoom in to the helmet. Now look at the details on this helmet. Look at the metal. Do you see how it's not like a perfect color? It's got dark spaces and lighter spaces. That's wrought metal. It has the details of wrought. It even has like little dings and dents in it. This is the work and dimensionality as well. It's not like a flat kind of thing. See how it sticks out? So this is a very high quality design and texture that you're going to be satisfied with. At least I'm satisfied with it. Even though it costs so much, I will never look at this and be disappointed by what I have. Because look at that realism. Let's turn to the back real fast. Do you see this reticulated pattern right here? Reticulated just means it's grid-like. If you know what a reticulated python is, then you know what this, it's scaly and a grid pattern, so reticulated. Look at that. Look at the details and the color and the lighting on that. This is not a perfect red. It has lighter areas in it. You can't see this when you're like playing the game, but when you're in a wardrobe, you can appreciate this detail. And let's appreciate it for a moment. The jewel, if you look closely, you'll see it has a layer on the top that's moving. Like a flame is just under the surface. And there's the snake, and you'll see that this is kind of a motif. You're going to see it again in like 2 or 3 places. You have the snake eating the gem. You have it here on the bottom as well. And you have that under the surface, this kind of like cloudy, flamey, foggy thing going on here that just adds to the aesthetic of the piece. Now let's talk about the materials. I told you there's a lot to look at here. Look at the purple area. Do you see this embroidery? The embroidery is not only very highly detailed. See this kind of like thread? It's like very thread-like. And the gilding on it, the gilded pattern, appears to rise off of the material. That is excellent quality. So say what you want about Blizzard's ability to code. They hire the best in the business when it comes to creating these designs. Now, if you want to compare them against South Korean designs, which are more flashy, yeah, if that's your thing, then maybe it doesn't compare. But for realism and style, this is top notch. Now let's take a look at the body piece. Now the flames are obvious, so we want to look at a little bit more of the details. Let's turn this belt. Do you see what I mean about the dimension, how this is like, it has dimensions to it. It isn't like a flat kind of texture. Look at the belt, how it's layered. You have the purple layer, and then on top of it, you have the gold layer, and this corded kind of belt. It even looks like they're separate like cords. Like it's not just one flat texture that they're throwing an image over. As you see in some games, it actually has dimensions. Though you'll never notice that when you're zoomed out and playing the game. It's very, very much appreciated. Now let's take a look at this, at the gloves and the weapon. The weapon, you have no movement, but it does have a kind of a glossy, glistening surface, as if it's very smooth and shiny. I'll just move it. See how it shines with the light? Very good. And here you have the leg armor, also that reticulation that I spoke of earlier. And I want to bring your attention to the embroidery here. So you can see it, but when I change the color palette, you'll be able to see it even more. So in between the gold areas, you have these kind of these square spirals. That is really good. That is a really good level of detail. I don't think you would find many cosmetic sets in any games that would go to these lengths when you don't see it anyway. When you're in battle and there's all kind of effects. So these are real artists making these sets. And look at the red area. Do you see how it's like these striations that go from left to right and catch the light? And the belt. This belt is already impressive, but when I change the color, it's even more impressive. Let's keep going. Look at the materials, the quality of that material. Look at the contrast of the front and the back. They have this purple layer, and then you have the white and red layer. It looks royal and regal. And that's how you're going to look if you get that. You have another gem in the back with the smoky kind of flames under the surface. And even the boots, though they're very difficult to see, the metal of the boots, like look right here, if you look closely, see how it's kind of yellow, brownish? Like it's a wrought metal and it's oxidized a bit. They've got those that detail is there as well. And the cape, that, my friend, is giving you value for your money. All right, let's take a closer look at this focus. Recall that I said that there's a motif of a serpent and a jewel or an apple. I think it might be kind of both. So you have one here on the chest, and another one here on the helmet. And again, over here on that jewel. And I think that's it. There may be more. There may be one or two more places where you see that repeated. But the focus, these flames, hold it here so we can get a good look at it. So it's got two particle effects. These are embers that we're familiar with from the Hell's Champion set. And then there's these flames. What's cool about this are the various levels of halos. So it has a halo over here in the back, and another halo that's just like the burning flame. And there's a third. Like in the middle, but it's kind of hard to see. But that looks good. Now let's look at the tattoos. Again, with the details that will go unnoticed. Wait, I think I jumped ahead a little too fast. I was going to show you the colors. Now take a look at the belt. Watch what happens when I change the color. Do you see the detail that came out by just doing this? This is insane. Look how well designed, with loving and tender care to each little detail has been given to this set. It's expensive, yes, but you're not getting ripped off, by no means. So let's go through the color palette, because I know you guys love that. We're going to do the front and the back. Now let's look at the tattoos. Now this is interesting because there's a tool, there's two colors here, right? You have the gold and you have the red. But let's take a look at the other colors first. You see how this, depending on what color you choose, you're going to get color 1 in color 2, with the exception of some of them. Like this one, really, I think this is the same color. And if you look at the icon, the two colors that are chosen don't exactly match with the colors that you see on the skin. So it's almost as if they manually added the color 1 and color 2 for each of these colors. And if that's the way they've done it, like see this one only, the blood one only has one color, then it would be, as they add colors to the shop, I believe that one day they're going to start to sell colors. They're going to have to come back and add color 1 and color 2 to tattoos that are like this, that have two colors, if they're not doing it algorithmically. So that would be interesting to see if, when they start selling colors in the shop, if you come back to your tattoos and see if it's broken because it's not set correctly, or if it just looks bad. But look at this. This looks like a glossy Christmas candy cane. And it goes well with the set. All right, we're going to take this bad boy out to the testing grounds. Okay, let's sit down. There's a little bit of jankiness here. Look closely at the side. See how it clips when you sit? Just a little bit of jank. But it isn't too bad. Another thing you will want to be careful of is where you're standing. The lighting inside of the blacksmith and Kilvashad makes it difficult to see the flames rising off of your set. And if you're going to go idle and you want people to see how you're dressed, this is kind of not the place that you want to be. I hear it's also difficult to see. The best place that I've found to stand would be in like purple light, so that there's contrast. Doesn't have to be here. Any place that there's contrast with those flames is where you want to stand. If you want to go idle for a while and let people see your awesomeness. Now let's run. You see that I have embers that are following me. They're not overly done. You almost can't see them. But there's particle effects when you run. Okay, now let's head over to the training grounds. Look at that. That's some nice fire. That's better than the previous cosmetics. So they're up in their fire game. They had to if they wanted to sell this. All right. There we go. Like nya. Alright, so that is the Infernomancer set. It's 26 bucks. I think that it's a really good set. Again, these are not cheap cosmetics, but if you want to spend that much money, I think this is one of the better skins that gets close to justifying the $26 price tag, but you need to make up your own mind. Alright guys, I will show you more stuff in the future. So, have fun playing Season 5.